Hey guys, happy Thursday, Mr. Sprague here. Today we're going to be going over how to solve linear systems graphically on Delta Math. When we're solving a system of equations, a system means we have at least two things working together, and in this situation it's two equations. So we're going to recall our y equals mx plus b and what each of these letters stand for, mainly just m and b. M is going to be our slope, or rise over run, and b is going to be our y-intercept. Okay. So let's start by identifying these characteristics for our first equation. In this case we have m equals 1/5, which means my rise over run is 1/5, and b equals -7, which is my y-intercept. So to start graphing these equations, always start with your y-intercept. My y-intercept in this case is -7, so on my y-axis I'll put a point at -7. And my slope, or my rise over run, is +1/5. So that means I need to go up 1 and to the right 5. And there's my line. Delta Math automatically creates the line once you have 2 points. Okay, for my second equation, I have y equals -x minus 1. My m, or my slope, is -1 because there's an invisible 1 right here. Okay? Or if there's no denominator, you can put this over 1 as well. -1 over 1. And then my y-intercept is also -1. So I'll have a point at -1, and then from that point I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1. And it will create another line. Now we'll see that these two lines intersect exactly once. It looks like at the coordinate 5, -6. Make sure you use your parentheses, 5, -6. Close your parentheses and submit your answer. Okay. We graph two lines using slopes and y-intercepts, and we find out where they intersect. And that intersection point is our solution. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more problem. I'll rewrite our y equals mx plus b. And our first equation is y equals 5/4x minus 3. So my slope is 5/4, and my y-intercept is -3. Don't forget that negative sign there. So I'll start by graphing the y-intercept at -3. And a slope of 5/4 means I go up 5 to the right 4. And there's my first line. For my second equation, I have y equals -1/2x plus 4. Therefore, m is -1/2, which is my rise over run. And my y-intercept is +4. So I'll start with a point at +4 on the y-axis. And since m is negative, that means I'm going to start from that point and go down 1 to the right 2. And they have intersected at one point, namely 4, 2. So the parentheses 4, 2. Close my parentheses, submit my answer, and voila, we are done. Please try to complete 10 of these, and you guys will be masters at solving linear systems of equations by graphing.